Hey guys, today I'm going to tell you that a speeding ticket is better than a warning. Today I wanted to touch on something special that is really relative right now. I'm going to read you an article. I know, reading time, it sucks. This is an article that was in Expediters Online, of course, and it's titled Warnings and Citations, Differences in CSA. This is something that is very near and dear to me and very relative right now because I'll tell you why after I finish reading this. This article was written by John Mueller of the Premium Group. I'm going to read this to you. This post of Looking Both Ways will address differences in citations and warnings. It is important for you, the driver, to understand the difference and effects that a warning has against your company or companies' CSA basic scores and how citations affect the score. The same effect factor could affect your career. Sounds like cause and effect. Speeding will almost always cause a law enforcement officer to stop a vehicle and the operator. If a commercial motor vehicle is involved, the officer will surely record the event on a roadside inspection form. Speeding violations account for almost half of all moving type violations marked on inspection reports. Some states use speeding as a trigger to inspect a commercial motor vehicle. Indiana ranks first in the nation for those violations, which contribute to carrier scores in the unsafe driving category of the Compliance Safety Administration Program. Safety Measurement System. Once stopped for speeding, the result is one of three actions. 1, no action. 2, a warning, a speeding and a written warning are issued and recorded on a roadside inspection form, or 3, a citation is issued. If no action was taken, nothing recorded, no action taken, well, just that. The speeding infraction never happened, and there is no evidence it ever occurred. Life goes on. If a warning was issued, there is a paper trail of proof that an infraction occurred. The driver is typically issued a piece of paper called a warning instead of a citation, and most often the warning is recorded on a roadside inspection form, along with any other violations discovered during the inspection. In this instance, the commercial motor vehicle driver feels relief because there's no new moving violation added to his or her MVR driving record, and no money is taken from their wallets. Seems like a great deal, right? That officer sure was kind to just issued me a warning, wasn't he? The answer is no. That officer did you and the carrier you drive for no favor at all in the eyes of the CSA. That officer just acted as God, judge, and jury in the eyes of the CSA and datas. You are guilty. Wait, how can this be? I only received a warning. Please pay attention. In CSA, warnings are treated the same as citations as far as the points weighted value against the carrier you drive for. An example, and this could be any type of moving violation. If you receive a 15 miles per hour or greater speeding, this is considered a major CDL violation. Pay attention to this, folks. This is important. Let me read it again. If you receive a 15 mile per hour or greater speeding, this is considered a major CDL violation. It is a severe violation carrying a 10-point value in CSA scoring. Because you just received it, it is weighted 3 times, which equals 30, and will surely adversely affect your carrier. Unsafe driving basic in CSA, regardless of the size of the carrier you drive for. Again, these points are assessed regardless if it was a citation or a warning. You get that? Everybody follow me, right? Doesn't matter if it's a warning or a ticket. You get assessed the points on the CSA, and so does your carrier. Following along. Everybody's got that, right? Great. I'm assuming you're with me. Again, these points are assessed regardless if it was a citation or a warning. Chances are the safety manager from your company will be giving notification that your services are no longer needed by the carrier. You now have lost your job and income. You go on your way seeking employment or contract with another motor carrier. The carrier that just released you is stuck living with the CSA points assessed from your warning for 2 years. That carrier has no way of appealing through the data system to have these points removed or reduced. You guys starting to get it? Is it starting to come around? If a citation was issued, you have the right to contest the citation in a court of law and possibly get the violation dismissed or reduced. So get this. If a ticket's issued, you have the right to fight it and possibly get it eliminated or at least reduced. Big deal. The same opportunity is forfeited with a warning. So if you get the warning, you can't fight it. It just is what it is. You get the points. You're guilty. You're done. Doesn't matter what you say. Doesn't matter what you feel. Doesn't matter what the circumstances were. Remember, a warning carries the same points as a citation. Should you be issued a citation that be successful in court in having the citation dismissed or reduced, your carrier now has the opportunity to submit an appeal through the data queue system and have the CSA points removed from their CSA basic score. Think of the data queue system as your carrier today in court. There's a good chance if the citation was dismissed in court that the carrier can successfully have the CSA scoring changed through data queue. The carrier success in data queue also affects your PSP report in the violation. Most carriers use PSP as a pre-screening tool and see every violation listed on a roadside inspections you have had at all carriers you have operated for. The speeding violation now haunts you as you seek new employment. You might be able to retain or regain your position with your carrier if you were successful in court with a citation. So the next time a law enforcement official wants to do you a favor by issuing you a warning, quickly consider all factors involved and the severity of the violation. Your response may be to say, "No, thank you. I'll have the citation, please." Now, disclaimer from the blog, disclaimer from me. This blog, this video is not intended to give legal advice nor a substitute for any training required by the regulations. Okay, so now I told you that this was pertinent and very close to me. A driver in our fleet, who I know very well, is a wonderful human being and has been an incredible asset to our company, was stopped this week in what I would describe, in my opinion only, as a speed trap. It was in the wonderful state of California. The speed went from 55 to 35 very quickly. The truck that they were driving was a 3-axle truck required to do 55 miles per hour in the state of California. And this driver was pulled over and the officer said, "Don't worry about it. I'm not going to write you a citation. I'm just going to write you a warning." As I just stated, we all know right now how big of a deal this is. This person was with our company for 2 years. This person was part of a team, a same household team, which effectively put that team out of a job. Now, I want to say that the safety department of FedEx Custom Critical was backed into a corner. They had no choice in the situation, okay? And that's what this officer did, not only to the drivers, but to our carrier. This ticket was for 16 miles per hour over the speed limit, which in the example is a major violation, weighted against our carrier's score at 30 points, and we can't do anything about it, and they can't do anything about it. Our drivers, which have been with the company for 2 years and had made $130,000 a year, have been disqualified for 3 years. This officer was so nice to write them a warning and cost them $360,000 out of their pocket. They've been with us 2 years. We've had no problems. They've done $130,000 a year for the first 2 years. They're going to do it again. They can't work for this company for 3 years. So that was a $360,000 warning. Not to mention the lost revenue to the carrier, not to mention the lost time that's going to cost all of us, every single person at this carrier, lost time on the road, because when your CSA takes a hit like that, you usually go above threshold, which I will do another video on threshold about what that is. And it causes you, when you have pre-pass or easy pass, to get pulled in the scales a lot more than getting the green light, which costs us a lot of time. If you're drivers out there, you know what I'm talking about. Keep this in mind, guys. If I ever get offered a warning, I would hate to see what happens, because I don't know what the law enforcement officer is allowed to say or do in that instance. And I'm not going to take a warning. So if I'm backed into a corner where I'm going to lose my job anyway, man, I don't know what I do. I hope, as always, that this video has been informative. I hope that it reaches a lot of people. I hope that maybe it saves somebody's job. I feel really bad for the driver. I'm not going to mention any names out of respect for them. A big reaffirmation to the carrier that I drive for, FedEx Custom Critical. Safety drives FedEx Custom Critical. It's a really big deal here. It's a culture, and I'm proud of that culture. And at the end of the day, the driver was driving, and it was their responsibility ultimately. But had the driver had the information, I guarantee you we'd be having a very different conversation right now. If you have any comments, if you've had any experience with this, if this has happened to you, if you've seen it happen, if you've gotten out of it, please share your story in the comments down below. We hope you liked the video. Give it a thumbs up. If you have not yet, hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell, and sometimes YouTube will give you a notification that I posted a video. Thanks a lot again for watching. We'll see you on the next one. See you tomorrow. Bye. Hey, thanks for watching the video. I hope that you found some information that you could use. If you're interested in more videos like this, check out this video right here. And if you're interested in expediting or trucking, or you have any questions, make sure you check out the link below.